Today we have a 2008 Chevy Tahoe. We'll be replacing the upper control arm. So let's get to it. Alright y'all, so to replace the upper control arm on this Tahoe here, the first thing you're going to do is obviously remove the 6 lug nuts holding the wheel here. Once we do that with the number 10, we're going to remove this brake caliper line here, and then as well as the sensor here. Just put this out the way, move it out the way. You're also going to want to go ahead and make a mark right there where the pin is on both ends, and then from there we can start removing the upper control arm. Some people, they'll remove the strut here. I'm not going to do that, however. I'm just going to use the swivel and stuff to get my bolts and nuts out here. So first thing we're going to do is number 18. I'm going to remove this nut completely, and then with our ball joint removal tool, we're going to go ahead and knock this out and just free this up here. Once we do that, we're going to kind of measure to see how far this clearance is here, so that we have to bring the vehicle all the way down or jack this all up to get this to height level. I have a number 21 wrench that I noticed earlier. It pretty much fits directly in there, so it kind of gives me an idea of what level it should be at. So I'm just going to keep it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this, and then from there we're going to go ahead and remove the other 2 nuts and bolts there. So I've gone ahead and removed it from the spindle here, just with my ball joint removal tool. Just knocked it out. You can also just hammer at the side so this comes up. And obviously you can see the problem we're having here. So just to show earlier, before I took this off, pretty much just shoved that in there, and it kind of gave me pretty much the height of how this control arm should sit. So now we're going to go ahead with my 21mm wrench, as well as, sorry about that, my 21mm socket with impact here with the swivel. I'm going to go ahead and remove the nuts on the end and then pull the bolts out, just going around the strut here. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this off now. Nut out. And I know I'm like a big on not showing, like, you know, all the turning here on my videos, but just to show y'all this part, this comes off here, and then you can just kind of work it out. I can get on this side here. This actually can be pushed back if you need more room. So just kind of work it out, turn it, and it should slide right behind the strut. So we're gonna do the same on the other side, take this out, and get the new one installed. So I have my new upper control arm here. Pretty much I slid it in. By the way, if you get a Moog, this nut here for the upper ball joint will be a number 17 versus the 18 that will come with the GM control arm. So I went ahead and already slid one in. To make your life a little easier, what you're gonna wanna do is go ahead and separate the two, and then slide this piece onto here so it just sits here, and then you can actually just work that bolt in. So once I get all that, I'm going to go ahead and just hand tighten everything, putting it on the spindle, everything, and then putting my wrench here just to make sure that it stays at that height that I had estimated at, and then bolting, just tightening it a bit to where we can still adjust this, but I'll get to that point in a moment. Let me just get these all together first. So to give you a view of what I was talking about, I separated these earlier. You don't have to take it all fully, just enough, just put it to the end so that we can kind of get this around the strut here. I know most people remove the strut so they have all the clearance in the world here, but you don't really need to. So once it's in like that, you can just kind of work it through like so. Just make sure it reaches the other end. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all that in and start threading my bolts in. So I have it pretty much just hand tightened to where I can still manipulate all this. So with that 21mm wrench, we're gonna go back here on the bolt end and just turn it upwards so that it lines up right there where my yellow mark is onto that little pin, and then we'll tighten it all down. So I've tightened everything down. All my markings are lined up. Pretty much, it may still need to go to alignment, but at least I'll be able to drive it down there. So now I'm gonna throw my grease fitting here is number 8, and I'm also gonna go ahead and tighten this number 17 down and throw the cotter pin on. So let's go ahead and get that done, and we'll be done with this. Also, forgot to mention, put that 10mm bolt back in. Everything is now tightened down. The upper ball joint nut here is done. Oh, looks like I might have over greased, but it'll be all right. So pretty much everything is good now. Just need to throw the wheel on and take it to alignment. So thanks for watching, y'all. Please like, subscribe for more videos.